This is the Retro Bear, this is the Gaming Pantry, and we are once again going back in time to a pickups from the 80s. No, not from the 80s itself, stuff that was around in the 80s. And not the 1880s for you cheeky sods out there. Anyway, hello. Hope you're all well. Thank you very much indeed for coming back. Please keep coming back. It keeps me going. Gives me something to do in the evenings or the Sunday afternoons. Yes, so for those of you who've been regular viewers this year, I've obviously tried to pick up more sort of stuff from my sort of early days of computing, sort of really micro stuff. So this is going to be sort of micro-based pickups for those of you who haven't seen these sort of things before. But more importantly, it's a good one because I've done something I don't usually do. So let's talk about it. You'll see from the title card what this is all about anyway. But let's talk about it in a bit more detail. A couple of weeks ago on a Sunday, I was doing one of these my recording sessions on a Sunday afternoon, and Mrs. Bear was constantly sort of telling me via message on Telegram, "Oh, this lot's finishing today. This lot's finishing today. This lot's finishing today." And I was trying to record and stuff, and it was just basically annoying me. So I put my phone in the hallway and shut the door and carried on. Anyway, by the time I'd finished, most of the auctions had gone, except this particular one. And I don't usually do something like this, but I sort of watched it for a bit, and I kept watching it for a bit, and I thought, it's only 5 minutes to go, it's only this price. I thought, I'll try a cheeky bid. And I actually got it for only 50p more than the top bid was at the time. So I won this, and I paid about £17.50 for all these, which is great. So what I do, I bought a load of loose games. Now, I don't usually buy loose games, particularly I don't buy loose tapes. I don't know why I bought this, but I do know why I bought this, because there's a lot of stuff in here, and as you'll see, it's a bit... You'll see why I bought it, because there's some really good stuff in there, but there's also sort of a way out as well of it. So I paid £17.50 for this, and it's a... Let's try and make sure I've taken all the... It's a decent size. And these boxes, I've got boxes all over the place. It's rapidly becoming like the Trotter's front room. This is, it really is. I've got boxes behind me you can't see. If I turn around quickly, you can see them. Yeah, you can't see them. They don't quite go. Oh yeah, box there. There you go. The box. Pile of boxes in the corner. The ST's under there somewhere as well. I don't know. So I've got a load of these. So these are a load of Spectrum games. Now, I've been buying a lot of Spectrum games this year. Why have I bought a lot of Spectrum games this year? Well, one, there's loads of them around. There are loads of them around. You can't move off eBay for the amount of Spectrum bundles that are there. And I wouldn't... I've been trying to... I didn't really want to collect so many Spectrum games. I don't like the Spectrum. I just didn't want to collect so many of them. My focus has been on the Commodore 64. But I've got a lot of Commodore 64 games already, so these ones were sort of there. Like I said, there were some real crackers in here. Real belters in here. Also, as well, what was interesting was... There's 2 games in here that came with boxes. Everything else in here is loose. And apart from one of the tapes, which is this one here... I've no idea what this is at all. It just says Bug Bite on it. They've ripped the label off the front, which is a bit of a strange one. But the tape itself is actually seized. I'm looking at that there, and you probably can't see it, but there is some degradation. Degradation, that's it. Yes, degradation on there, which is causing me a bit of an issue. And the whole thing's locked. I spent an entire evening sort of winding and rewinding these to just get them a bit more moving again. But this one just wouldn't go left, right, up, down, whatever. So I don't even know what's on it. So I'm going to experiment a little bit on that. But also in amongst those, there was some inlay cards. So all of a sudden I'm thinking, so some of these have got inlays, a couple of them have got boxes. I can buy replacement boxes, and I've had a look into that. I could probably get 100 of the standard cases for about £25, I think it is. And I've got broken cases of my other collection, so even if I fill in these with some of those, and I can replace my broken case in other ones, or make good out of those, I can really upgrade my case on the collection. More importantly as well, I found somewhere I can print some covers. So not all of these are going to have official covers. Now, I don't usually do something like that. I would sort of say, I ain't doing that. I've got loose cartridges up there, right, from Mega Drive, Master System, NES, whatever. you don't see me sort of running out and buying replacement boxes and printing cases for them. It's like me NES games. I bought some NES protectors for them, box protectors for them, for the loose ones. So why am I doing it with these? Well, it's much easier to put that in a box and store it than those loose cartridges are very, very good to store. You can stack them. With the tapes, you can't really, because they're all funny shapes, so they end up sort of, you can't get a good line on them. And again, the dust problem, you can't get dust getting into there, especially something like that old. You would protect those the same way you protect the loose cartridges. So I've got to put them in boxes, so that's what I'm going to do anyway. I've got some really good, interesting inlays here, so I'm not going to show you the inlays in great detail because I want to show you what's in here, and then you can sort of work out what I've got from there. Now I'm just going to throw down, these are just going to be tapes, all right? They're just going to be tapes. There's nothing else I can tell you about them than the tape. If I know about the game, I can tell you about the game. If I don't, I can't. So if you like looking at tapes, this is really going to be interesting. If you don't, I'll show you the cover art at the end, because we can see what we got in there, and I can show you all those. So if you may want to vote, you may want to, I don't know. Right, so I'm just going to keep throwing these out. So I've got no idea what some of these are. However, we've got, first of all, Volcano. Now these are all Spectrum games. Okay, there's no Amstrad, there's no Commodore 64 in here. These are all Spectrum games. Volcano, never heard of it. This one I have heard of. This is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and this is the action game. So it's not the the adventure game. It's the action game, the platform one. So that's a good start. I'm happy with that. What have we got here? There's always a copy. Now, it's the most common game on the Spectrum, possibly. I'm guessing. Every time you pick one of these up, a bundle up, there's always a copy of this game in here. And I must be honest with you, I didn't look particularly hard at a lot of these. I just thought that's a lot of games in there for 17 quid. I'm gonna pick these up. There's always a copy of this. This is Ghostbusters. Now I must have got this game. I've got this game in the original clamshell on the 64 and the Spectrum. I've got this game with a budget re-release. I've now got a loose tape of it. I don't want the bloody thing. I don't want Ghostbusters. It's a terrible game. And that's blasphemy in some circles. Now this one was an interesting find. I'm not sure how I managed to pick this one. I didn't even know this was in there. Like I said, a lot of this stuff I didn't even know. I didn't even check it out. I saw a few games on there. I thought, and they got some inlays. I thought, oh, I've got those. I can get those. So we got Samantha Fox Strip Poker. There we go. Honestly, I did not know that was in there. Did not know that was in there. Kai Temple. I think he used to play centre forward for Barnsley. What happened there? Power Surge or something. Now this is an arcade conversion from. This looks like it's a budget re-release. This is ST Dragon. Don't know much about that one. I remember seeing it reviewed in the magazines and advertising been coming out, but I didn't know. So I say there's all sorts in this. There's some full budget, full label releases, budget re-releases, budget releases. This is Down to Earth from Firebird. No idea what that is. I haven't got round to sort of playing any of these yet. This is a double-sided one. If somebody can tell me anything about this, I'll be interested to know. On one side, you've got Tank Tracks. And also, as well, the tape is meant to be that colour. I've checked that because it's the same both sides. And on the other one side, we've got Bullseye, which I'm guessing is the game of the TV series on the Mastertronic label. Wasn't quite aware they did double tapes like that, but they were. So there we go. What's up next? Again, another double-sider. This is Cauldron. I know he's a. And then on the other side, you've got the Evil Dead. There we go. So you see the amount of games are sort of racking up here, which is great. Here's a Imagine release. And this is Army Moves. Remember that one? It's an Army Moves Combat Squad. I get the two confused, even though they're completely different games. What have we got here? This is from Dural Software. And a blue tape, which is nice. And the Kempston joystick version as well. And this is Critical Mass. And not quite focusing there, are they? Getting close. But a blue tape. You don't see many blue tapes, do you? This is on the Atlantis label. This is Satcom. anybody knows anything about these games, do let me know. I'd love to know some more about them if I can. This one's just a demo tape. So we've got RoboCop, the 1 to 8K demo. We've got Piggy Punks and Pokes. There's some cheats on there. This is a Spectrum Sinclair user game. On the other side, you've got Draconius, Trantor, and Stardust full games. Again, you can pick up loads of bundles on eBay for the cover tapes of the magazines if that's your sort of thing. You can get those dead easy. Right, what have we got here? Oh, the game I always get confused with Rastan. It's Rygar. I don't know why, but I always get the two confused. But that's the full release. That's the US Gold Tecmo full. It's not the budget re-release. Did Rygar get a budget re-release? Possibly. What else we got? Oh, here's a good... No, double taper here. A double taper, yeah. Can't believe there's actually 4 sides to this game. It's amazing. It really is. Anyway, we've got The Never Ending Story. La 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 la. So there's load this side first, which it tells you to do. Then there's side 1, and then when you finish with that, there's parts 2 and part 3 to go. So yeah, but again, don't know much about The Never Ending Story. La 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 la. Have I seen a Never Ending? I think I've seen the Never Ending Story many years ago. Classic here, Ultimate Play the Game Jetpack. Real stone cold classic, that one. That's why I said it's just so good to buy, but knowing what some of the games were, but then actually sort of getting them and going, wow, I mean, what we got in here? Just looking, I thought, I didn't know this was in here. The Incredible Shrinking Fireman from Mastertronic. I got no idea what that is either. What have we got here? Oh, we've got a copy of Outrun, which I don't think I've got, which is brilliant. And this again is the full label release, the Outrun US Gold release. Tape 1, this side program, the other side, the original soundtrack audio only in mono. That's brilliant. So I have a copy of Outrun now on the Spectrum. Yes. Chalk that one off. Now, this one, I say it's a bit of a rarity, but you never sort of realise that these games were sort of on these systems when they came out. So Donkey Kong got converted by Ocean. This is the +2 version, Spectrum +2. So yeah, Donkey Kong. Well, I played Donkey Kong on a few other different systems. Never played it on the Spectrum. Looking forward to that. This is from EMI Thorn Video. Good grief. And this is, for any Spectrum, Blockade Runner. Don't know. Another Mastertronic yellow tape. This is why I know that one's okay. It's got actually a crack on this one, which I'm hoping it won't cause too many problems. And this is The Empire Fights Back. Oh yes. Desperately trying to avoid a lawsuit from George Lucas, possibly. I don't know. Another Firebird game. This is Pneumatic Hammers, which is probably what you get when you take on George Lucas. You see there, it's already not stacking up correctly. Now this one actually was quite interesting because I thought, oh, I've got a copy of this, which is Renegade. Except when I turn the tape over, it's got Agfa on the back of it. So this is actually a copy. Someone's actually gone to the point of sort of photocopying this. What's giving it away slightly is the fact that it's just peeled away in the corner, and you can see under there that there is, sadly, that's a copy, which is unusual. So again, I've got many sort of like copy games in this. It's the sort of thing that Christian finds under his bed. Real generic demon. But yeah, so yeah, I haven't got. I'm not sure if I've got the original version of Renegade. I might have Target Renegade and Renegade 3, but I don't think I've got that one. What have we got next? Soul of a Robot. Another Mastertronic game. There's quite a few Mastertronics. You know, people like the old budget stuff, so there's something in here for everybody. I have absolutely no idea if this is still going to work or not. It may or may not. I don't know. This is Cybernoid 2, but there appears to be a lot of crossings out all over it. crossing out sort of the 128 and the 128 plus 2, and just basically leaving the ZX Spectrum and ZX Spectrum Plus version. I don't know, so it might work. I mean, it's still the tapes there, so I don't know. You're not quite sure what people have done with them, have you? They might have copied over it. We don't know. Big Bad John. Oh, Big Bad John. There's a song, wasn't it, I think. We've also got from Melbourne House Rock and Wrestle. It's quite topical at the moment for me if I'm doing the old VHS bootleggers. What, you've not seen the VHS bootleggers wrestling round table? Dear oh dear, what have you been doing? Go and have a look. Hit Squad game. I told you I got Target Renegade. There we go. Target Renegade. Spectrum Hit Squad. We all love us Hit Squad. This is a game I've never actually played on any system at all. Apart from any micro system at all. I played on the Mega Drive version, but not played on the 8-bit versions or the 16-bit Amiga version. This is Moonwalker. This is the budget re-release, though. So, but no, don't have a copy of Moonwalker for the micros. Anyway, another blue Dural tape. And this is great, because I picked up Saboteur 2 a couple of weeks ago, so I now have a Saboteur. I remember playing that years ago at a friend's house on his sister's Spectrum. He had a Commodore 64 and she had a Spectrum. Money coming out their ears, those people. This is interesting. Now, I noticed this one, didn't realise it until I sort of looked at the tape. This is Mercs for the Spectrum. Okay. But what's also interesting about it, it says there that this side of the Spectrum and the other side is the Amstrad CPC. Now, of course, those of you who watched me recently will know I'm hopefully going to be getting a CPC at some point this year. So another tape to go for my CPC collection. So it actually sort of fits into both, which is great. Codemasters. We can't get a bundle of Spectrum games out of a Codemasters game in here. Now we've got Robin Hood as well, which I think came out, was one of the games that went on to the Evercade. Was that Super Robin Hood? It's the same game, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. I don't know. Anyway, something like that. What have we got? We got Gothic, which is another Firebird game. There's some good stuff here, you say. Some games I remember, games I don't remember. That's always good. Here's another game I don't remember, I even heard of. Dragon Talk, which is possibly about screwdrivers. Maybe not, I don't know. Perhaps it's a level of sort of resistance. Oh my goodness me. Who's put that in there? They've Dragon Talked those screws, haven't they? They've Dragon Talked them, Dave. Why would they do that? Grand Prix Simulator. Can't be a Codemasters game without having a simulator in there. I don't think I've played that on anything before. Another one of these cover tapes is the York Sinclair one. This is the Magnificent 7 number 3. So we've got Rampage, which is the big game on the front there. I've got Rampage already, so that's a bit of a waste of time for me. Mystical Pokerama and Dominion, Dawn of New Eden on that side. And on the other side, we've got Top Fruit Machine and Syntax and the Ice Temple. It's always interesting to see what's on those sort of tapes. I used to buy a lot of like cover discs for the Amiga. I used to love things like that. Another Codemasters game. This I think is a shoot 'em up. I'm pretty sure it's a shoot 'em up. This is Transmuter. You don't usually associate Codemasters with that sort of game, but I'm pretty sure that is that genre. There we go, Transmuter. Getting towards the end now. We're not far away. Wizard's Lair, which I'm guessing is about where wizards live, possibly. Where do wizards live? In a lair. Does exactly what it says on the tin. From Bug Bite Software, which is, I think, a bit of a worry. Or am I thinking of Toynsoft? Possibly, I don't know. This is The Castle. Doesn't say which castle, just says The Castle. We'll have to play it to find out. Another budget release. I think I've got this on another system, possibly even on Spectrum. Super Kid from Atlantis. Again, that one and Cave Mania. Two most well-known and readily available Atlantis games you can get. Now, someone had an accident with a bit of paint on this one. This is the state of this one. Ugh. I don't know what's happened to it. But it is Rambo First Blood Part 2 from Ocean. This is the original release, not the Hit Squad release. No, I've got this on the 64, so I'm not sure if I got it on the Spectrum or not. I was going through my 64 games the other day, so I thought, I've got that one. So I may have that one, I don't know. What have we got left? Another ocean game. Oh, yeah, Chase HQ. That's a good one, isn't it? Chase HQ. I haven't got that on the Spectrum. It wouldn't meant to be really good on the Spectrum. Never played on the Spectrum. I've only played the disappointing versions on the other systems. Another Hit Squad game. I think I've got this one already anyway, and this is Platoon. So if anybody is after any doubles, I don't think it's a hard game to find. If anybody's after any doubles, of course, I've got some here. So that's anything. Another one I've got a double of here. This is a bit of a ropey old copy, this one as well. This is Ollie and Lissa, which I think there are 3 games altogether. You see, just slightly tatty, falling off sellotape coming off the back there. If you hear a crash in a minute, it's all going to go flying off and fall onto the keyboard. What have we got here? I think I'm getting this game in another pickups soon. So Jack of the Nipper 2 in Coconut Capers. I think I'm picking it up from somebody else, so there might be another spare copy of that one there. This one, I think, is as exciting as it sounds. It says Computer Records. I don't think it's anything, I don't think it's a shoot 'em up. I think it's possibly an accounting program. Oh, we always like accounting programs and things like that. Vigilante, where you have to rescue your girlfriend Madonna. We did have to do the original arcade game anyway. I'm not sure whether they changed that. Did she sue somebody for that? Is it IREM? IREM did that game. IREM. I'm sure she sued. They didn't refer to it in the home versions. It was just your girlfriend, I think it was. Nearly at the very end, what we got here, I can barely see this one because it's scratched off, but I know I've already got this anyway. It's Paperboy. Trust me, it says Paperboy on there. So I've already got that one. And it says it on the back there. You can see Paperboy. There we go. But I've already got that one. I think I've got that in the big jewel case and the small budget re-release as well. It's the problem with Spectrum. I said before about Spectrum bundles. You pick games up, guarantee there's always already in games you've already got. You'll always find a few of them. Look, it's one of the bundles that has actually got a copy of Make a Chip or Survival in it, which is really good. I Ain't Got Nobody, said Jesse. Again, I don't know what that is. No idea. Now, these 3 are actually part of a compilation, and I'm absolutely gutted that it doesn't have the compilation box to go with it, which is a real shame. But I'm thrilled because I didn't have any of these games at all. So this is from the Giants compilation. If any of you know that, it was a purple box with Giants written on the front, 5 games on there. So this one is Outrun, so I've just showed you earlier, but that one is the one with the audio soundtrack with it. This one has got the 48K on one side, the 128K on the other. That's a bit of a bonus. I'm not sure if that's the original tape for the Giants collection though. It is on Giants compilation, and I've got 2 copies of Outrun in here, and I've got the remaining tapes of the Giants compilation. So I'm hoping that I can just put those together and make a set out of it. I know someone somewhere close by has got that Giants compilation, but not on eBay. On eBay, I think I've seen about 12 quid on eBay, 12, 13 quid. But I know at a local game shop to me, I think Vintage Gamer have got a copy of the Giants compilation. I'd like to see what they've got in there, see what it is, if they ever open again, if we ever open again. This is California Games, which I've now got on the NES. Did I get it on the Master System as well? Now I've got it on the Spectrum. I've got it on the Lynx as well now. I've got the Lynx collection for Evercade. I've got it on the. I even had it on the. I did it on Commodore 64 originally. No, on the Amiga originally. And then finally, 3 games on the other tape. We've got 720, Rolling Thunder, and Gauntlet 2, which is brilliant because I've never played 720. I think I've played the main version of Rolling Thunder. I've played a version of it, but I never actually played the home version of it. Of course, Gauntlet 2, which I've got on the Game Boy, I've got on the NES, I think I've got on the Atari ST, and now I've got it on the Spectrum. Great stuff. I've probably got it on the Commodore 64 as well. I like Gauntlet. And the last 2 games have come with boxes. So we have another Mastertronic game with a slightly racist cover. This is Caves of Doom. I can show you the back of that one. No, I can't, because there's nothing there. Oh, there are some screenshots. Hang on a second. Let me just show you the back of that. Oh, that's come up quite well, hasn't it? Oh, nearly did. Until I moved. But yeah, so it's nice to... There's a couple of boxes in there, which is good. And the boxes are actually good boxes. They're not damaged in any way, shape or form. The other game I got is also a Mastertronic game. And this is Canyon Warrior. Canyon Warrior. On the Mastertronic. And the war has been raging for 5 standard years. Standard years? What's a standard year? And now a way has been found to bring in it to an abrupt halt. There we go. So it's some sort of game. Look at that there. See Mastertronic there? $2.99 game. Look, I see the whole price in here. So that's a $1.99 range, that one. That one must be better because it's a $2.99 one. So those are all the games I got. Now, on top of all the games I've got all these inlays. So I'll just show you the inlays very, very quickly. We've got the instructions to Rambo 2. We've got the instructions to that one. Lovely. I'm just going to find a way of putting these on here without knocking everything over, which is going to be difficult. I'll show you if they've got the back or anything on to, because some of these do have a back on them, some of them don't. That's Big Bad John. Now, that doesn't actually tell me anything on the back, other than what the game is. It says the game starts with 20 miners trapped underground after an explosion. You have to rescue them. So, there we go. I mentioned Transmuter, and I was right. I think it is a shoot 'em up. Then we've got Transmuter. There we go. There's the back of it. Game I don't know anything about. But yeah, it looks like a shoot 'em up. You don't associate with Codemasters with shoot 'em ups. This is Twin Kingdom Valley. I suspect this is that one, because I've got a bug bite game in there and it isn't this one. Over 175 different screens. Wow. There we go. Eat your heart out, GTA 5. But I think that's that one. Bit of a shame if it is. This is the one that they had to change the title to avoid the lawsuit, I'm guessing. And this is The Empire Fights Back. You can see why, can't you? He does look a bit suspiciously like a Mr. L. Skywalker. And it looks like the second screen down, there's some sort of Death Star type thing there as well going on. I wonder if that was done to change that. We've got Cauldron. There we go. Scary looking cover, that. That'll give you a few nightmares if you eat cheese before you go to bed and look at that. It also says a free game with the Evil Dead, which is on there as well. So, there's Cauldron. Fantastic to see these. I mean, you know, okay, the boxes are missing, but a lot of, you know, the ones that these sort of inlay cards which have been saved are in pretty good condition. They have been lying flat, so it's good. Rock and Wrestle, which Mrs. Bear in a customary fashion said, that looks terrible. And it says reviews of the C64 version, which is really weird. Why would you put the C64 version review on the back? Very first game I showed you, Volcano, the action game. I'm not sure whether you play as a volcano. That would be interesting. You play as a volcano. With 40 screens above ground, 290 3D screens below, 100 shops and factories in which to find aids to your aids to your rescue or escape. Volcano is not just another computer game. Well, what is it then? What is it? Ollie and Lissa, which is a sort of cartoony platform game. I said there were 3 of these originally. I think there were 3. Mind Your Head. Interesting cover. Absolutely nothing on the back of it. And that was from Tynesoft, that one. This is Down to Earth, which is another mining game. Was this person I bought these games off a miner? I don't know. I think Seems to be a lot of variation of the mining games at the moment. Soul of a Robot. Now this is a ST Dragon, which is on the Kicks label. Or Saint Dragon, I don't know. Really could shoot 'em up. Fans, look no further. ST Dragon is the new successor to the Blasty Throne. The Blasty Throne. What have we got here? Heli Chopper. I don't think that was in here, was it? Was Heli Chopper in here? We'll find out one day when I go through all these and think, hang on a second, I've got an inlay here for a game I don't have. I don't know, I started this that long ago. We have got Jetpack though, that's good. Jetpack's in there. Again, no screenshots at all on the back of it. There's nothing there at all. That's what the thing is, back years and years ago, you used to buy games without actually knowing what they're on about. Wizard's Spell, which might be the Wizard's Lair game. Again, hard to know, nothing on the back of that one. This is the card for Rambo. Show you, I've got the instructions and the card. I've got complete Rambo out of all this. Blockade Runner. Nothing on the back of that one, I'm afraid. The Castle for the ZX Spectrum. Nothing on the back of that one. Got Grand Prix Simulator. Who's that on the front there? Johnny Dumfries. Goodness me, there's a name for the past. Johnny Dumfries, not authorising that one, endorsing that one. Remember the name. I've got the Samantha Fox strip poker instructions, which is great because I don't know how to play poker. We've got I Ain't Got Nobody, which has got this on the back. We're nearly at the end now. I've got the instructions for Outrun. That's great, isn't it? So there we go. Outrun instructions. And then we've got some big boxes. I've got some big boxes. I've got some proper jewel case type thing. Not many of them. We've got some proper jewel cases. We've got Never Ending Story. Yes, I'm going to do that every single time. That is the last time I shall be referring to that. This is Renegade, and it looks like these are the official instructions. Now, if you remember, I've actually got a copy of it, but these look like they're the official instructions. Although someone's written Amstrad CPC at the bottom. I don't know. Interesting. The Indiana Jones action game inlay with screenshots, which have got nothing to do with the version you're buying. It says the bottom screenshots are from different versions. And finally, it makes absolutely no reference to your girlfriend Madonna. I've got the Vigilante one. There we go. So that's it. So yeah, all that lot. And it's $17.50 including postage, which I thought was a great deal. Yeah, I've got a bit of work to do to sort of make these complete. I've got some covers to print out. I've got some boxes to buy in. So it's it's probably going to cost me. I think I worked it all out. There was something like 40 odd games here or something like that. So I've probably got 20 quid to play with. Even if I buy the boxes in, that'll make it £1 a game. If I do a bit of printing, okay. I don't know what the cost is going to be on that because I can't work that out. But maybe about £1 a game. But to pick these up at that price there for probably about 30p a game is great. So the boxes are going to increase that, and I won't use all the boxes on these. I must be honest with you. So it'll be less than that. So it'll probably come out less than £1 a game, which I think is pretty good going. I think it stands out. It's pretty good going as well. So yeah. But I hope you enjoyed that. Some more memory lane stuff. I don't know. Loads of you enjoy the micro stuff, and the good news is there might be some more micro stuff to come. Hopefully, it won't all be Spectrum stuff. But I can't guarantee it because the one thing you can guarantee at the moment is there's a lot of Spectrum stuff you can buy out there. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed that. It's been good fun. I've enjoyed showing those off. Some games I've never played before, some games I've never even heard of before, some games I have played before on different systems. So it's nice to have. And I think now, probably since Christmas, I've probably doubled, if not tripled, my Spectrum collection. Bought a lot of Spectrum games this year so far, and the end of last year as well. Anyway, in the meantime, that's great. Thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been great to be talking to you once again. Don't forget, you can do that stuff down the bottom there, if I remember to put it in. But yeah, hope to see you back here very, very soon. In the meantime, do take care, do stay safe. This is the Retro Bear saying thank you very much indeed for watching. We'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.